To be a farmer, you have to embrace chaos. You can't control the weather. You can't control how many people show up to the market, but you can control yourself. And when things get tough, that's the time to step up.
Market's been open for just a little bit so far. We sold a couple bouquets. This is our first week with Lisianthus bouquets. We've never had Lisianthus to sell at the market before, and I'm really curious to see if it draws people's attention. I wasn't expecting, amazing sales this week, but I was not expecting things to go this poorly. It's 9 a.m. and we've still only sold 2 bouquets. The 2 bouquets that we'd sold around 8, we literally just went an hour without selling anymore. So, I don't know, this is gonna be really bad this week. It's now a little bit after 10 and it's still really, really slow. We're only, around a couple $100. It's almost noon now, so there's 1 hour left in the market. We're at $660. Definitely gonna be our worst market of the year. We're gonna have to do some brainstorming after this week and figure out what we can do to kind of get back on track. Okay, the market is now over. The final number was $900. I think we can do better. I think we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and rethink what we do for August. $900 is still a lot of money, but it's not enough to pay the farm bills. Apparently the roadside stand has been selling really well today, so I'm gonna top it up with some of these bouquets that didn't sell. Now the stand is looking nice and full. It looks beautiful in here. Anyone who drives by is gonna see lots of color, so hopefully it keeps selling really strong. Well, that was the worst market ever. That is not enough money for this farm to run on. We need to find a way to sell more. We need a solution. And it might not be the best solution, but I've been thinking vacation. We're going on a little 2-day vacation to a town called Salmon Arm. It's about an hour and a half up the valley, and we've never been there before, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And the kids are really excited.
Who's ready for a vacation?
Eat.
Are we back? What do you think, Dusty? We're back from our trip, which means we need to get outside and we need to harvest some flowers so we can open our stand back up. We could take 2 days off, but back to money, back to work. They smell really good too. Okay, we're gonna make some real easy fast bouquets. We're gonna do some Lisianthus straight bunches just to get some stuff to quickly fill up the stand. We got some of these over here. Yep. The blue is crazy. None of these were open when we left, so it's a treat to come home to them.
Okay, I'm going back inside.
Okay, I gotta get bouquets done. I got my bouquets finished up. I made a bunch of buckets. We're gonna get the stand restocked. We're gonna get our sales starting again. While we were away on vacation, I actually received multiple calls. Monday, Tuesday, dead days usually. I was getting calls from people looking for bouquets. That is exciting. That means we have regulars. I told them all I'm gonna have tons on Wednesday, so I can't wait to see how well these sell. A big thanks to Shaker & Spoon for sponsoring this video. Shaker & Spoon is a monthly subscription box that delivers 3 recipes for 12 cocktails right to your door, making it easy to turn the neglected booze bottles in my basement into a fun break for myself. I love tequila, so I was excited to try the Añejo Let's Go box. The Beat Goes On was a citrusy and spicy old-fashioned inspired treat. Tijuana Brass was filled with deep flavors while being surprisingly refreshing with the coconut water ice. And finally, my favorite, the Feather Billet, a Paloma-inspired and easy-to-drink punch, which we brought on our vacation and used to transform our kids' hotel bedtime into a quiet nightcap date. Obviously, life is better with tequila, but even as a mocktail, these are worth sitting down, taking a break, and enjoying. So click the link below and use code NOGRASS at checkout, or go to shakerandspoon.com/nograss for $20 off your first box and have 12 mini vacations delivered to your door. That's shakerandspoon.com/nograss, or just click the link below and use code NOGRASS for $20 off your first box. Wednesday afternoon, and as suspected, the bouquets are selling really good. We're actually doing a quick restock because all the Zinnia bouquets I put out are sold, and I think things are gonna keep selling really well at the stand as we keep going into the week.
Last week's market was pretty stinky. We need to sell a lot to make it a successful week. That's what makes this business possible. So we need to do something different. We can't keep doing the same things and expecting different results. So we came up with a plan. This week, we're not only going to do the Saturday Kelowna Farmers Market, but we're actually going to do the Sunday Kelowna Farmers Market as well.
The Sunday Farmers Market is very different from our normal farmers market. It's right downtown in the city core. There's lots of tourists, and there's also lots of people who live in apartments around it. 2 years ago, we were selling at that market, and we decided it wasn't a very good market. But as we've thought about it, we've remembered it wasn't a good market because veggies didn't sell. The only thing we made money on at that market was flowers. We sold a lot of flowers. So this market might actually be an even better fit for us than some other markets. This could be a key to our long-term success. The other thing about a Sunday market is we do so much work for the Saturday market, and it would be really easy for us to streamline that work into not having to do 3 days worth of work for one more market, but 1 day worth of work for one extra market. So this might actually be a great way for us to sell lots and lots and lots without overworking ourselves. Well, I was right. Bouquets sold crazy today, so I need to do a really big restock. And the thing that surprised me is I thought for sure the Lisianthus was gonna be the really good seller. It's the one that I'm really excited about. But the first stuff that sold today was all the Zinnias. Everyone wanted those Zinnia bouquets, So I need to make sure I do a restock with a bunch of zinnias here. And this is information that I need to keep in mind for these markets that we have coming up this weekend. Obviously, we're going to be sending a bunch of the Lisianthus, but I'm going to have to pick really hard on the zinnias because people seem really excited for those. And that's going to be our way to guarantee best weekend ever. The first blooms on the zinnias are always like insane. The size of these are Bennery's Giant, and the first cuts on them are always crazy. They're so big. After I get through this 1 week like this, they're going to go to something about that size, and that's what they're more normally like. So this is legitimately a very decadent zinnia week, so I can understand people being drawn to them. One that's been selling like crazy is doing these orange and yellow marigolds as a base with these crazy color, and then some of like the red and orange type things, and then a little bit of the rudbeckia to fill it in.
Those were definitely the best seller at the last market.
But it feels a little fall to me. But
it seems pretty fun to me.
Yeah.
Just like fun.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge. I'm just gonna make what sells. So, as long as it keeps selling, I keep making it. Well, I gotta say, now that I'm surrounded by these buckets of zinnia bouquets, maybe I get it. These look like really good. All these like beautiful, I mean these like pink ones and these bright ones. You know, maybe I just forgot. It's been so long since we've had zinnias. I forgot how good they are.
Okay, well, let's get them up to that stand. How's it looking in here?
Pretty good, because I don't know exactly how many bouquets I had, but I had more than 15, I think, and there's only 4 left. So that's a pretty good day. I checked cash earlier and there was $160. So we had some e-transfers, so in total today we did $240. It's pretty good. It's like 12 bouquets. That's a lot to sell for a Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. That's a day that we actually sell a lot, so get it all loaded up, looking really good, and sell, sell, sell. Well, we survived the storm. Nothing happened, other than we got threatened to be blown away. No hail, even though they said there's maybe gonna be hail and only a tiny bit of rain. So now we're getting to it. We gotta do this harvesting. It's 8 o'clock now, and I haven't really done anything yet today. But we got lots of good stuff. We have lots of good stuff for the market. These zinnias, they're so incredible. We have sunflowers, we have the Lisianthus, we have cosmos, we have all the good summer things. Picking some zinnias now. We'll need some of these for the stand tomorrow, some of these for the market for Saturday, and then probably on Saturday I'm gonna come and I'm gonna pick zinnias again because there's so many of them.
Kind of looks like peak zinnia right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. This is the week when they're massive and beautiful and there's a million of them. We didn't like really sell anything at all in the stand all day. And then I checked it and it's like, it's empty, and like 1 million people all came. They all came between 4 and 6.
Yeah. I'm gonna go put the kids to bed and then I'm gonna come back outside and I'm gonna check on you.
I'll be picking. I'm finishing up for the night. It's 3 o'clock. I have a lot picked, so I'm all set for tomorrow to be able to arrange everything, get it all together, and then we're gonna be well on our way for best weekend ever. It's Friday afternoon and we're getting moving. I got my work crew cleaning buckets, but my work crew is a little smaller today, which adds a complication for this weekend. My friend Heather, who's been coming on Fridays, helping us do a lot of the prep work. She's sick, so she's not able to come. We'll still be fine, but it means that we need to be more focused. We need to be more set on what we're doing. The plan is to plan for a bad market. Last weekend, we sold $1,000. You know, still, it's hard to complain about $1,000. It's still good money, but we've been doing these $1,500 markets and we've been sending $2,000 worth of flowers down. So rather than working, you know, that extra 30% to get that $2,000, we're gonna aim for $1,500 down to the market. That will be enough to sell that $1,000 again on this Saturday. And then on Saturday, while Ian's selling, I'm gonna be working on building bouquets for Sunday. We're gonna be, you know, doing less in one day, but more on the weekend. And hopefully it's gonna lead to the best weekend ever. We've also been selling really strongly at the stand this week. We've been having lots of sales. People are really excited seeing those Zinnia bunches, the Lisianthus bunches, a lot of really fun stuff. And it's, you know, the customers are responding well. We'll make a push for the stand, a push for Saturday, a push for Sunday. I feel like
$3,000 this weekend kind of seems like a lot. It's the middle of August and people are on vacation, or it's too hot, or it's been stormy lately. Maybe a storm will roll through again. I'm still hopeful. I still think we can do good, but you know, that Saturday market, that's the best market around. The Sunday market doesn't have the same amount of traffic. So it's no matter what we sell on Saturday, we'll sell less on Sunday. And you know, sales have been good from roadside, but you never know. Like sometimes one day's sales cannibalizes another day's sales, and you have a big day and then the next day you hardly sell anything. So it's hard to know exactly what's gonna happen there, but I just think the 3,000 sounds, that's doesn't really sound doable to me.
last weekend was hard. It's difficult because we put so much effort and so much energy and so much of our life force into every single one of these markets that we do. And, you know, we've been doing this now for a while. Like we're pretty deep into the season and we're pretty tired. So it feels refreshing this week. You know, we took that break, we took that vacation, we took that pause, we kind of have spent some time catching our breath. So it's easier to feel hopeful, I guess, going into this week. It can sometimes feel a little bit like you're drowning in the work of it all. And like taking a moment and taking a reset has me really positive and hopeful for this weekend. So, you know, I'm not saying that we have to do $3,000 to satisfy my, aspirations. It just, the flowers are looking so beautiful this week. The markets are going to be fun. It feels like there's a lot of good that can come out of it. I still have more to pick. I picked a pretty good amount staying up so late last night, but I'm not completely done. But before I get to that, the stand is empty. Even though I made bouquets last night, things have been selling like crazy. We need to grab some of those flowers out of the cooler and restock the stand. This morning, I got a special order done. Love this. All the zinnias. So we're still getting special orders too. It's not just the stand and the market. There's also special orders.
How many bouquets are you gonna put together?
I don't know. Not very many because I have to get something up there fast. I'm sure it's empty. The stand is super empty. There's only 4 bouquets left in here, and there was 16 when I loaded it up this morning, so it's a good thing I got a few more because we're just getting into that busiest time of the day, so this might end up being a really good Friday.
The kids are in bed and finally asleep, and I've got all my inside stuff done here. Serina's been down in the outbuilding making some bouquets, so I'm gonna go down there and check in on her. But first, I wanna go check that roadside stand. I got the key, let's see how much we sold today.
What? I'm not letting you in.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Serina must have grabbed some money earlier because we sold way more than $40 worth of bouquets.
Kittens behind you.
We got a bow in there too.
Yeah. So, crazy storm hit. Cats were all like, ooh, all freaked out because of all the sound. And I thought for sure we were getting hail because there's been all these hail warnings over the last couple days. But no, it was just a million massive, big, fat raindrops. So I'm sure it's probably super wet outside of the farm, which is too bad because there's one more thing I need, and it would be better if it wasn't wet. But it's gonna be a late night. It's 10:30 now. I'm starting in on making bouquets. I got one style done, which means, I got a $40 one and a couple buckets. The good thing is I'm not really gonna struggle with styles. I know exactly what I'm making. I'm making the things I've been making all week with the zinnias. There's a few recipes that I've been doing for the last few weeks that sold well. I still have for that. So it's, there's gonna be some fun stuff to sell.
What do you still need to harvest?
Rudbeckia. Never harvested a single Rudbeckia because it does pretty good in heat. And then I just never got to it today. So too busy doing other things.
It's 1 in the morning and I just finished a video. Serina is nowhere to be found. She must be out harvesting. So I see that she's got a bunch of bouquets down here. So she's making some progress, but I'm gonna go find her and tell her good night.
Well, it's 1 o'clock and I'm halfway done. It isn't bad. That has me on track for 3 a.m.
I saw you got a lot of bouquets done.
Yeah, they're looking really good. It smells amazing.
Yeah, we don't get the summer rain very often, and when we do, it smells great.
That. I'm half done. It's 1 o'clock. I'm half done. I got 30 bouquets, but I still need to do more. The good news is I'm not that nervous about it because I still got so much good looking stuff. It's gonna be hard to stop. It's gonna be one of those nights. I'm gonna have so much amazing ingredients. I'm gonna wanna keep going and going, but I'm putting the limit on myself. Just get 60 bouquets, just get my $40 bouquets. Just do that. It's not gonna be a big market. And then all this stuff I can use for bouquets tomorrow.
Good night.
It's 4 o'clock, so it's very late, but round 1 of Market Magic is completed and these bouquets are looking really good. You know, we didn't sell very good last week, but these look really good. It's hard to imagine with how good they look that they're not gonna do well. And no matter what, you know, we got those 2 markets. So I'm excited to see how Ian does with these.
It's just after 5 in the morning and I've tagged Serina out. She worked all night. She's going to bed, so I gotta get this truck packed and get down to that market. I'm all ready. There's only one thing I gotta do. Just gotta bring these up to the front stand and open it up. The stand is all stocked up, ready to go, so time to get down to that market. And we're off. The market is about to open. I've already sold 1 bouquet, so 20 bucks. After last week, I don't know exactly what to expect. I'm hoping for at least a little bit better, but you know, doing a market today and a market tomorrow, that should get us back on track. One thing is for sure, the bouquets look amazing this week. Well, it didn't take long. My favorite bouquet is gone, but it's gone to a good home. One of our regulars. So now I have a new favorite bouquet, and it's this one. It's 9 o'clock now, and we're at 100 bucks. So it's another slow start, just like last week. But that's why we're doing 2 markets this week, right? To make up for it. It's a bit after 10 now and things have picked up. Started to sell pretty good and we're at $500. Maybe we're gonna have 2 good markets this week. It's 11 o'clock now and we're at $840, so sales are still going pretty good. It seems like today we should get to that $1,000 no problem. You know, hopefully we'll kind of be back in that $1,200 range, maybe. I don't know, maybe, hopefully, but I'm not for sure guaranteeing that, but I am guaranteeing $1,000. Okay, we're going into the last hour of the market and I've been a busy boy. We're at $1,320. I just sold like crazy the last hour, so yeah, no complaints, things are going great. Okay, well, that is another market in the books. The final tally was $1,390, so it definitely feels good to be, you know, back on the right side of $1,000. Now we got to get cleaned up. Serina's already started harvesting for tomorrow's market and we gotta go home and get ready for that.
Ian's back from the market and I've been having a lazy morning, a big sleep-in. Haven't got very much done yet. I'm really excited that he sold so much at the market, but it kind of is making today a little bit more complicated for me. I was expecting him to still have some bouquets left over. Turns out he sold really well, so I need to make even more bouquets today than I expected, and I actually need to go and pick more flowers too. I've used up a lot of the flowers in here.
Well, I'm all recovered from the market. It's about 7 o'clock now, and I had a nap, I had some food, I just ate some watermelon, and now I'm trying to find Serina. She must be down harvesting somewhere, because I haven't seen her yet.
Very nice.
I found her. She's just harvesting some zinnias. I'm gonna go make some food and then we're gonna get back to making bouquets. Sleepy bees.
I have to pick more.
Complicated-ness.
And it's like,
Buddy is being very buddy right now.
I don't like it so late.
YouTube.
It's late. It's probably like 11 o'clock now. The plan was that I was supposed to have all these flowers. I was gonna have like lazy morning, sleep in, and then get up and get my bouquets made and go to bed at a reasonable time. But it ended up that, you know, I used up so many of the flowers that I had to pick more flowers. Then Ian sold all the bouquets, so I have to make more bouquets. So it's gonna be a late night again. It's fine. The market's on till 3. Me and the kids will get up late and we'll head down to the market. This entire year, the theme of this entire year is it's taking a lot more work than we thought it was gonna take, but it's taking a lot more work because things are selling so well. So, you know, I can't complain that we had an awesome market today. And now I'm getting excited. I'm like, what if we do $1,500 at this market? What if this does end up being, you know, a $3,500 weekend?
And that's it for me tonight. I'm just really excited to go down to the market because I like going to downtown Kelowna and then to sit there with all the flowers, and you know, it's just gonna be fun.
It's 4 o'clock, which is late, but I have a million of these beautiful bouquets. I did count. I have 65 $20 bouquets. I have 9 $40 bouquets. So we're going down with almost $1,700 worth of stuff, which is, you know, I'm excited. There's a chance this could end up being a really good market. This could end up being our best weekend of the year when, you know, we're trying to just salvage it from being such a bad weekend last week. But yeah, man, bouquets this week, they look so good. But I have to go to bed.
It's another market morning. I've actually been up for a little while already. Truck's already packed, it's all ready to go. I am excited to exact some revenge on last weekend's, you know, dismal market performance. You know, it's kind of seeming like, you know, we were gonna have maybe a bad week again this week. We made some changes. Yesterday's market, you know, we sold $1,390. We've been selling good from the roadside stand. Maybe we have a shot at that $3,000 weekend. You know, that would feel good to kind of have a really bad week and then come back from it and have a really strong performance. I don't know what this market's gonna be like. I don't know if it's gonna be, you know, $300 or $1,000. I have no idea what the traffic is like at it. But, you know, all we can do, we've got lots of good stuff. Let's get down there and see. The stand is all set up now, the market's open, people are starting to come. You know, it's Sunday morning, so it's still pretty slow. Time to find out what we can do. I've sold 2 bouquets so far. This is really exciting to be down here. This is the main spot to be in Kelowna, just right over here. This is the Sails, which is like a big sculpture. And the Sails is basically like the meeting spot for the entire city. You know, whenever you're meeting up with friends and you're going out, you're like, oh, I'll just meet you down at the Sails. We're an hour and a half into the market and we've sold $80, so it's not going too fast. You know, I was expecting that from this market because we are right downtown. This is like people coming down to have breakfast after being out at the bars last night, or you know, people just kind of like starting their day. So it's not the time when they necessarily want to pick up some flowers, but in the afternoon, you know, people are more likely to be on their way back home or something like that. So that's when I think we'll really be selling. There's a fair amount of traffic here so far. I'm impressed. This is like the core of our city, of our like tourist city on a weekend in late summer. So it's going to be bumping. It's almost noon and we're at 320, so obviously, you know, the sales are a bit slower than our normal market. Now we're getting into the time where people are more interested in buying, and we're starting to have some more consistent sales. Most of that 320 has come, you know, just kind of recently.
What color do you have?
Yeah, so it is 1:30 now. There's only an hour and a half left in the market, and we're at $460. People aren't really buying the flowers too much. Lots of people are going somewhere or doing something, and they just can't take any flowers along, but they like to look at them. So, you know, there's no shortage of appreciation for the flowers. There's just not that many customers for them. You know, we can try it again in the future and see how it goes. Maybe we have to build up a little bit of a customer base.
I've been down at the market for a couple hours now. Me and the kids, I was up so late last night that it took me a bit going, but it's been really fun to come down and check out the market. We just finished for the day and we have done $680. So we're definitely not getting that $3,000 best week of the year that I was thinking could have been a chance, but you know, decent. We wanted to come to this market because we want to see what the traffic is like at this market. We want to see if this is a place where people are interested in flowers. You know, it's always different, right? We could come down here, you know, in September and it would be a different mix of customers too. So we kind of have to experiment to see what is the best fit for us because we need to make plans for next year. Now we got to pack up, get these flowers back home and go and check and see how the stand is doing so we can get a total for the weekend.
Let's check and see how much money we've made this weekend. The goal was to have a $3,000 weekend, which would have been amazing, and we failed. But we did a $2,600 weekend, which is like still a pretty decent number. On Saturday, we did $1,400. On Sunday, we did $700. And here on the roadside stand on that Saturday and Sunday, we did $500, which is like a pretty solid, pretty strong weekend. But we didn't only sell on the weekend. We also sold on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when we got back from our vacation. This was a short week for us. We normally are open 7 days a week. And when you add in what we did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we had a $3,300 week. So this actually did end up being one of our better weeks of the year. So I'm gonna call that an incredible success, a great turnaround from a hard beginning at the market a week ago. I'm standing here, I'm feeling really good because August, it can be a hard time to sell flowers. August isn't always the best for cut flowers. And if we can still do this good on an August weekend, I'm really hopeful for doing even better in years to come.